Nationality. Nationality. Afro descendants. People of African descent versus people of Afro descendants. In UN, we had traveled there maybe 2 or 3 times at this particular time that I'm talking about. And there was a table with subcommissions sitting around it called People of African Descent. While we already had a table with people, Afro descendants. We thought that they were the same thing at first. We went over to people of African descent. We had been at Afro descendant. This table of people of African descent, we stopped it twice. And the subcommissions or the officers over
working group on minorities.
They whispered in my ear, no, don't the people of African descent. You are Afro descendant. Go to that table. And we eventually went back to our original table. People of African descent, I had this argument there in the UN, and I will get a chance to get into that argument as we proceed. But first, let's understand nationality, Afro-descendant. In the Bible, at chapter 15, Genesis 15, verse 13, you will notice that a people's going to be in bondage in a strange land for 400 years, a land that's not their own. We Afro-descendants have done that. We have in fact did it. We have fulfilled that prophecy. And now we are legally and morally due reparations. No morally sane argument can refute this historical claim. When, not if, we receive our reparations, we want a land that we can call our own. We call upon Saudi Arabia to answer this need. For we are the seed of Abraham and Ishmael. Saudi Arabia erred in the past when it participated with and created the homeland for the Jewish people. It can now, Saudi Arabia can now correct some of its mistakes in the fulfillment of books, both books, Holy Quran and Bible. We entered the United Nations in 1992. My wife, Harriet Abubakar Esquire, and me. Since Black people are damaged beginning in 1555 to today, 2022, we are the plaintiff. And the governments of Black people in America, in the Americas, are the defendant. We sought a neutral, unbiased tribunal, a third party to hear our case. The United Nations agreed with us, or with our thinking, in 2002. Also, the United Nations aided in embellishing our name, Afro-descendant minority, in 2002, and recorded the same in a UN document, Afro-descendant, descendants of Caucasian blood and of African blood, both in the America and the Americas, as plantation slavery diaspora, numbering 250 million. No question is raised as to the degree of Black blood, of white blood. This new minority is both Black and white. We are the new Black minority. We here will focus on one nation at a time. You Afro-descendants, Afghans who were in America, and those nations similarly situated are asked to do what no nation of people in the history of man has ever been asked to do. There is no precedent to follow, no blueprint, nor is there a definite rule to follow. You have only the Bible prophecy of 400 years of slavery and affliction to be observed. Our life experiences is our truth, says this prophecy has been fulfilled. Well, we all are on edge. Our existence is a living truth. Afro-descendants pretend not any one of you in the UN in 2002, consciously thinking of us as a independent nation. You may have been thinking we are a minority nation only. Well, My wife and I have been thinking about an independent nation since 1956 and 1959, respectively, to the present date. It's not realized, or you are that a mixture of black and white blood. That's what you are. You don't like talking about it. My wife, Harry Muhammad, or Abu Bakr Esquire, and me, we are of the Lost Found Nation of Islam. We are you. We once enslaved Afghan, my wife and me, were the same as you. In my wife's case, her people are lighter, brighter, damn near whiter variety who suffers from some of those color issues. I had one other statement in there that I wanted to make. My wife took it out, which is when she's here sitting here, I think I'll go ahead and make it. I don't mean an embarrassment to her, but it more illustrates the point that I'm trying to make. My wife's grandmother in her 90s had difficulty with her mind and is placed in an old folks' home. Her son came in to give her a bite to eat. And she said, "Get this darky away from me." This shows you we have a mental problem. We black people, we are part white, we are part black. If that's a problem for you, get over it. Think about it. What can you do about it? You're here now.
Look at brother.